Recording in progress. Welcome to this moment. I am Natalie. This is my home. It is fantastic to spend this moment with you. It's about time to get started. So grab a few things for me. Your mat, grab a blanket. A blanket is great for extra support of your knees or padding or cushioning. So grab that. Also grab a band, your water. I have a few other things out. We shouldn't need them. It's always great to use blocks when we are doing some body supported exercises, which we're going to be doing today with some stretching. So grab those items. I always like to have my blocks, especially to get into the hamstrings and stuff, bringing the floor closer to you. So thank you again for joining me. Let's get started. I have my shoes off. I like to feel my mat underneath my feet. So starting with really lengthening your spine in both directions and roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Just breathing normally. Maybe close your eyes. See how you're feeling today. Check in with your body. Reverse those shoulder rolls, shoulder circles. And reverse again. I'm starting to add bended elbows, bringing more movement into my arms. Perhaps opening up all the way. Straight arms. Nice. Open through those shoulders. Let's look right and left. One more each side, returning back to the center. Chin to chest, gently lower your chin. But while you're here, allow your head to be super heavy. Your shoulders as well. Draw those shoulders together, lengthen to each side. Shake out your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw, your finger, your toes. Wiggle out your tongue, no tension in your mouth. Motorboat your lips. Make a silly face. Then roll it up. Nice work. I want to stretch through those pecs, so find a wall. Feet facing forward. Your hand behind you. Spread those fingertips and gently twist. And release, and let's do the other side. Oh, you can tell what side I'm sore on. Really spread those fingertips. Press into those knuckles. Lengthen your spine in all the directions. Beautiful. Release that stretch. Let's stretch that tricep, bringing that elbow overhead, using your left arm as traction or not. But what I want you to be mindful is pulling the quads away from your knees. Lower abdominals engaged. And make sure your ribs aren't splayed forward. Keep that bottom rib connected to that hip bone. And release, spread out in each directions, and switch over to the other side. And gently release that. Spread those arms opposite direction, tailbone down, lifting from the crown of your head. Now, Exhale all the stale air out, round through the spine. Inhale, opening back up into that cactus shape. Exhale, round through the spine, navel to spine. Inhale, big old deep breath, lift your heart. Exhale, round. Do that 2 more times on your own. And then exhale all your stale air out, round through the spine. Breathe normally, shake your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw, your fingers, your toes. Inhale, big old deep breath, open. Exhale, release, roll through those shoulders, shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Wiggle everything on out. And then let's do a gentle circle with those hips. One direction, bend those knees. Reverse. Reverse again. Hip circles are kind of cool because they're not just for your hips. They're also waking up your knees and your ankles and all that. Shake out those hips side to side. And then moving on to your pelvic tilt. And this is where I really want you to find the length in your spine, pulling up through those abdominals, pulling up through the quads, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Find your chin parallel to the floor. And then lengthen tailbone and release. Lengthen tailbone and release. So instead of squeezing, I want you to find that motion where you're kind of, you have this motion that is swaying back and forth rather than squeezing and tucking. So no tucking. Just find the length and then tailbone front and back. Good. Shake it on out. Roll through the feet. Before you roll through the feet, I really want you to spread those toes. Our toes help us walk. They support us in so many ways. So really spread those toes first and then place them on the mat and then roll through those feet. We're going to spend most of our time down on the mat today. So I just want to do a few things standing before we head on down so we feel nice and good. Awesome. Stay over here on your right side. Circle through that ankle. Both directions. Switch sides. Circle through that other ankle. And then meet me back over here on this right side. So, kind of a ballet thing, but I really like how it works your toes. So, standing here, we're just going to push the floor and point the toes. And push, and then really come back the way you left. So, really spread those toes, you point them and bring them back. So, you really want to roll through the feet. Do that a few times on each side. And then I want you to find a stable place or a stable buddy. I mean physically. A table, a wall, that kind of thing. We're just going to do some hip swings. Make sure everything is out of the way so you don't kick anything. And we're just going to swing that leg. I want you to feel a release in that hip joint. No tension in that hip flexor. Just find the space. And even though we're doing this, find the engagement of your core. Lengthen in your spine. Pull the quad away from your knee. And when your leg, your hip joint feels good, bring that knee in and out. Swivel. And then switch sides when it feels good to you and your body. Starting out with those hip swings. I want to find a release in that hip joint because we're going to be doing some oblique moves on the floor. So I want that hip nice and soft, those hip flexors nice and soft. Because we want the glute working and other parts rather than that hip flexor in today's workout. In and out, swivel. Sometimes in ballet I call it a swoopy-doo-doo. I don't know what this is called. That's what I call it in my choreography. Swoopy. Awesome. Shake it on out. Shake all those legs out. Grab some water. Grab yourself a band and all the things. I have a blanket, a band, some blocks. Grab those things. Let's get started. We're going to start out rolling shoulders up, back, and down. Big toes underneath hip bones. Find all the engagements. Bend knees, roll down. Take your time. Roll back up. Shoulders up, back, and down. Do it again. Roll. Roll back up. One more time. Roll. Roll back up. Good. Roll down. Tuck your chin. Exaggerate. Bend those knees. Super bendy. Core engage. This is where you may want to have blocks to bring the floor closer to you, but I want your knees super bendy. Shake your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw. Fingertips to the mat. Let's walk out our fingers to that left side, stretching that right side body, getting into those obliques. Head is heavy. Really reaching straight out with that right arm. And then back to center. Walk those fingertips to the center and then walk over to your left side. Back to the center. Shake your head for me. Nod it. Pull abdominals away from quads. Straighten left knee. Bend right knee. And switch. Ooh, if this is your first time getting into your hamstrings today, keep maybe both knees slightly bent, meaning don't straighten all the way that other leg. This is your elephant walk here. Top of your head is pointed towards the floor, towards the mat. Abdominals are engaged. Take one more each side. Maybe looking under the opposite armpit as your bent knee, really getting a side body stretch. And then return back to the center, bend both knees, drop your booty, press into the floor, roll yourself up. Shoulders up, back, and down. Shake it on out. Take a deep breath. Grab your band. Let's get into those obliques. Today I am using this band. You can use one that's longer. Just create tension in your band. Hand over. Heads. Your hands over your head. This is what it looks like. We're going to bring knee to elbow. So stretch. 2. We're going to shoot for 12. So stretching the band and bringing that knee to the elbow. Core engaged, navel to spine. 2 more here. Nice. Bring your arms up, drop your shoulders, lengthen your spine in both directions, and just side to side. Create tension in your band, please. Pelvic floor is lifted. Try not to lock out those knees. Beautiful. Returning back up, drop those shoulders, head it over to that left side. Really pulling that band. 12 or as many feels good in your body today. Four more. 4. Ooh, I'm wobbly. 3. It's good to be wobbly. We're building strength. Can you hear my breath? I'm working hard and I'm also sore from Monday. Okay, bring the band up. Let's finish up here, starting with your left side. Don't forget to create tension in your band. Lifting through your pelvic floor. Slimming, working our side bodies. Awesome. Returning back to the center. Resist as you lower your band. Remove the band, place it out of the way. We're done with that. Real easy. Standing nice and tall. Core engage, roll shoulders. Inhale those arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge forward all the way down. Inhale, come halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, bend those knees. Before we come to our tabletop, if it feels good, let's grab opposite elbow and sway side to side. Release those elbows, hands to the mat, coming down to one knee, then the other. Let's bring those knees right underneath those hips, wrists underneath hands. Really spread those fingers like starfish, bringing the eyes of the elbows facing forward. Let's start with our cat and cow. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting your heart. Exhale, round through the spine, your cat. 3 more with your own breath. If you find a spot in your back, you are sore, send some breath there. Do one more, please. A bonus cat and cow. Return to the center, and all I want you to do is send hips towards your heels and back up. Do it again. Down, and then this time press past those wrists, and then hips to heels, shoulders past the wrists. Do that a few more times. Really spread those fingertips, press into each knuckle. Make your fingers do the work too. And now I want you to kind of take a circle. You can look up. I'm just taking a circle. Hips come to heels and then they circle around. Really getting in those wrists. And reverse. Also warming up our knees. And then return hips to heels. Return to your tabletop. Make sure those knees are aligned over those, under those hips. Curl toes up. Getting into those shoulders. Spread those toes so they can support you too. Right away into your beast. 10 to 12 sets. So all you do is lift knees and lower. Now I'm only lifting my knees. You should try and lift them only an inch or so. This is a full body move, getting into shoulders, your core, everything. Finish up your 12. Really engage your core. Awesome. Keep those toes curled, bringing hips to heels. Walk yourself back. This is another place that's great for your blanket, is underneath those heels or under those knees as we're doing our tabletop. Circle those wrists, stretching out those toes. Make a fist and explode. Beautiful. Returning back to your tabletop, and like I said, you can pad your knees with your blanket. Keep those toes curled onto the mat. Beast into your cattail. Looks like this. Lift knees, lower, kick up left foot, flex the left foot, bring it back down. Lift, lower, kick up the right. Beautiful. Do it again. And left, lift, lower, kick up. Nice. 4 more sets. Squeeze those glutes. Keep that core engaged. Two more sets. Lift, kick up, lower, lift, other foot, kick up. Last set, you got this. Last one on that right side. Nice work. Let's lower down to that left elbow. Modification first. Let's give our wrists a break. Lining up shoulder and elbow. Spread those fingertips. Lifting that hip, getting into obliques. You can do this 2 ways. You could come up all the way and do your hip dips, meaning all the way up to a side plank and dip and lift. Or modified, top leg is straight, top leg is bent, and you can lift and lower. So take this where you want, 10 to 12 sets. I'm going to give my shoulders a break, so I'm going to do this modified. So really engage your core. Try not to think so much about using that leg as lifting that hip. I have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's roll back. Coming back to that tabletop. Curl toes along the mat. Spread fingertips. Beast and cattail, right leg lead. Core engage. Shoulders are spread. And here we go. Lift, lower, kick up right. Lift, lower, kick up left. Kick up right. Lift, lower, kick up left. 4 more sets just like this. Keep your pelvic floor lifted. Keep everything stable by engaging your core. Spread those fingertips. 3 more sets. Two more sets. Last set, you got this. Wiggle out your jaw. No tension in it, please. Beautiful. Let's lower to that right elbow or a side plank. You choose. Side plank here and dip and up. Or I'm going to modify to your elbow. Top leg is bent. I'm using fingertips. Make sure shoulder and elbow is aligned. Using your obliques, keep your core engaged. Lift and lower. Ten to 12 on this side. Finish your set. Nice work. Returning back to your tabletop. Let's straighten that left leg right behind you. Make sure your wrists and shoulders are in alignment. Hips over knees. Straighten left leg behind you. Regular leg lifts. This is where I want your glute doing the work, not your lower back. I have 4 more here. Press firmly in both palms. 2, 1. Beautiful. That same leg that was lifted in the air is going to be doing the same when you flip on your back. So lower onto your back. Keep that same leg as the leg that's going to go up into your bridge. Laying flat on your back. So that same leg you were lifting is the same leg that's going to be lifting again. So this is what it looks like. Wiggle between those shoulder blades, palms facing the mat. So you're going to lift into a bridge while bringing knee to chest. Looks like this. In and down. Ten to 12 here. Keep shoulders flat. I have 6 more. 6, 5, 4. Are you like my quads already hurt? 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Flip over back to your hands and knees, back to that tabletop. Because guess what? We got to do that right leg. Set it up in your tabletop. Core engaged. Spread fingers. Lengthen right leg behind you. Broaden your shoulders. Lower abdominals engage. Straight leg lifts. Lift and lower 10 to 12. Finish your 10 to 12, please. And then flip over on your back. So your right leg is going to be the one to bend in towards your chest. Laying on your back, pressing lower back into the mat. Your right leg is going to be the one that comes up to your chest. Your left leg is the one doing the work. Palms to the side. I have them out in a lowercase t. Spread shoulders side to side. 10 to 12 bridges with that knee to chest. I have 4 more. 4, 3, wiggle your jaw. Give me 1 more for good measure. Nice work. Roll back onto your hands and knees. Again, getting into those obliques, giving our glutes a little bit of a break. Choices here. You always have choices. Find your plank. So, choice number 1, full on plank, knee to elbow. Knowing you always have choices, modified. If you're doing modified, I would like you to bring that leg straight back out. 10 to 12 sets. Here we go. Make sure you have a nice setup. Finish your 10 to 12 sets, please. If you were in a plank or on your knees, finish up. Bring big toes together. Spread knees. Bring hips to heels. Walk out hands. Into your child's pose. Cleansing breath in through the nose, out through an open mouth. Return back to your tabletop, please. Left leg lead. Find your tabletop. Shoulders over wrists. Hips over knees. We're going to bend that left leg, so kick your hip to heel, heel to hip, and all you're going to do is you're going to bend that leg and straighten it. Bend and straighten. 10 to 12 sets, but I want you to press evenly into that right hand. I have 6 more here. 6. Use that glute. 5. I'm flexing my toe as I'm reaching. Nice work. Finish up. Beautiful. I want you to draw your left leg through. Maybe grab your blocks. Low lunge. Lengthen your right leg behind you. I'm using my blocks. Sink hips low and forward. Make sure your ankle is over that knee. Take a deep breath here. Shake out your head. Make sure there's no tension in your head. Awesome. Using your blocks, press them into the floor, pressing hips back into this runner's lunge. Flexing toes towards the kneecap, get into those hamstrings. Maybe you flip your blocks on their lowest setting. Maybe you don't need blocks. Take your stretch here. Placing that left foot back onto the mat, press those hips forward. Use your blocks or not. Get a stretch into that right hip flexor. Roll shoulders. Awesome. Return back to your tabletop, returning your left foot into that tabletop. Move blocks out of the way. I want you to find your plank or modified plank to do knee to elbow on the right side. Engage your core. And here we go, 10 to 12. I have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you are in your plank, return to your knees. Bring big toes together. Widen those knees. Sit those heels, those glutes back onto those heels, reaching forward with those arms. Come on down. Child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. Cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Set up your tabletop again. Bend your right knee. We're going to kick it up and straighten it. 10 to 12, please. Here we go. Finish your set. Beautiful. Nice work. Let's kick that right leg forward between those hands. Lengthen your left leg behind you. Grab your blocks, please. Press yourself up. Roll shoulders. Allow hips to lower. Lengthen spine in both directions. Even here, we're engaging our core. Using your blocks, press into them. Press your hips back. Flex your right toes. And hinge forward into that runner stretch. Core engaged here. Lengthen behind your kneecap. Flex that foot even more. Get into your calf. Awesome. Flatten that front foot, bend your right knee, come back up on those blocks, roll shoulders. Allow hips to sink further. Awesome. Press into the blocks. Bring that right leg behind you. We're almost done on our wrist. Great job. Now you know why we did those wrist strengtheners a few days ago. Coming to that tabletop. Lengthen left leg behind you. And all I would like you to do is working on those obliques again. Press into all the knuckles. All we're going to do is take that left leg out to the side and to the back. So, straight behind you. Core engage. 10 to 12 sets. Try to really bring it to that left elbow, but your leg is straight. Get into those obliques. Finish your 10 to 12 here. Using your left leg, flex your left foot. Little pulses, lift. Using your glute only. No tension in your lower back, core is engaged. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. If it feels good, bring legs closer together. Sit your hips to your heels. Come to a child's pose, bringing your arms behind you, palms facing up. We have one more side to do. We're almost done. Returning back to that tabletop. I have to move some stuff out of the way so I don't kick my water when I do that side leg lift. It's not really a leg lift, right? So come to your tabletop, find all the things, even if your body is getting tired. Find all the engagements, long spine, core engaged, pelvic floor lifted, pressing into all the knuckles. Lengthen right leg behind you, and we're going to take it out to the side. So picture it coming almost to the side of that right hand. 10 to 12 here. I have 2 more. Finish your 10 to 12 set. I'm going to do a couple more for good measure. So I really started to feel what I needed to feel. Beautiful. Keep that right leg lengthened. Flex your foot. Little pulses. Lift leg off the mat and pulse. That's why I like the drumming music. It's like easy to do lower body. Core engaged, pelvic floor lifted, only using your glute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Hips to heels, forehead to floor. Bring arms behind you, palms facing up. Allow your shoulders to round. Wiggle those fingers. Make a fist and explode. Bring those hands to the sides of your shoulders onto the mat. Press into the mat. Swing those legs in front of you. Let's stretch out those glutes. So you can have your legs wider than hip distance width. Just remove the flesh out of the way of your seats bones. And I want this to be super passive. So you can sit on the edge of a blanket, or you can just do it the way I'm doing it. And I just want you to tilt those hips forward, your pelvic floor forward, and then just round. Soften those knees. Soften your jaw. I like to place the hands to the outside of my legs, palms facing up, kind of surrendering into the stretch. Forward folds are a great way to replenish, to do all the things after working your body really hard. One more breath here. Flip palms over. Using the strength of your hands, your arms, roll yourself up. Sitting nice and tall. Lengthen one leg, grab one leg, bring it close to your body, tuck your chin, roll yourself all the way down. You can have your blanket underneath your head. I want feet flat on the mat. We're going to finish up with some core. You're like, no, yes. Bringing left knee into your chest. Lifting shoulders, neck, head off. Pressing lower back into the mat. Lengthen right leg, hover it. And switch. And switch. No tension in your jaw, your neck. Pressing lower back into the mat. Even higher. Nice work. Killing it. Beautiful. Bring both knees in, roll yourself down, rock back and forth, feet to mat, keeping in the theme of obliques, lower knees to that left side, interlace hands behind your skull, elbows straight out to the side, no tension in your neck or jaw. 10 to 12 oblique crunches here. Finish up your set. Returning knees back to the center. Drawing right leg into your chest. Peeling shoulders, neck, head off the mat. Pressing lower body, lower back into the mat. Hover left leg straight out above the mat and switch. I have a knot in my shirt that sometimes hits me in the wrong spot. Ooh, dark clouds today. Again. My garden looks like a fairy tale. My flowers, it's crazy. Not complaining. Beautiful. Bring knees to chest. Rock yourself down. Rock side to side. Massage your lower back. Feet flat on the mat. Lower knees to that right side. Interlace hands behind your head. Elbows straight out to the side. 10 to 12 oblique crunches here. Here we go. Finish your set. Returning knees back to the center. Knees to chest. Rock back and forth. Roll to one side and onto your bellies. Finishing up. Strengthening our abs from the back side. I want you to press your pubic bone into the mat, pulling abdominals away, navel away. Lengthen arms in front of you. Opposite arm, opposite leg. No tension in your neck or jaw. Nice and long neck. So I'm going to lift my right arm, left leg, and lower. And then left and right. Beautiful. Keep going. Alternate. One more. Now both arms and legs. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice work. Lift and lower. 3 more. 3. 2. And 1. Starting left arm, right leg. Lift and lower. Now right and left. Continue. Three more. 3. 2. Last one. Now both arm and legs. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again. 3 more. 3, you got this. Finish strong. 2. And 1. Nice work. Bring palms of your hands under shoulders. Strength of your arms. Press yourself up and back. Ooh, I have a sweat spot. Bring yourself to a child's pose first. Any type of child's pose. My legs are kind of wide. Then I want you to walk yourself out into your tabletop, and then a modified plank. Curl toes, press hips up, down dog, pedal through those feet. Alternate bending and straightening. Head is heavy. Press both feet into the mat. Shake out that booty. Bend your knees, super bendy. And let's walk those feet towards our hands. Let's hang here for a second. Bend both knees. Grab opposite elbow if it feels good and swing side to side. And find some stillness. Release those elbows. Shake your head, nod it. Wiggle your jaw. And press both feet firmly into the mat. Bend your knees, roll it up, take your time. We were on the floor a long time, all class. Head is last, roll shoulders up, back, and down. Great way to finish your practice is with that twist. So bring your feet a tad wider than hip distance width. Roll shoulders, bend knees, twist side to side. Reset. Synchronize everything you did today. Start to slow down. Slow down all the way. Returning back to the center. Roll shoulders. Circle wrists. Both directions. Beautiful. Lengthen your hands out. Spread your fingertips. Use your left hand to bring those fingers close. And opposite. And flip it, left underneath. Stretch out your fingers nice and long and stretch that thumb towards your forearm. And release. Let's do that on the other side. Wiggle out those fingers. Make a fist, circle the wrists. Play the piano, snap. Do all the things. And then flex using your hand as gentle traction. And reverse. Flip it. Spread fingers. Stretch that thumb. Awesome. Wiggle it out. Shake out those fingers. Like kitty socks. Let's stretch out your necks. Let's straighten that right arm, either straight out or to your side. Using your left hand, gentle traction. Spread those fingertips here too. Gently lower your arm, both of them, bringing your chin to your right armpit. Head is heavy. Chin to chest. It's super heavy again. Nod, shake, wiggle. Roll it up. Nice. Other side, straighten your arm wherever it feels good to you. Using your right arm. It's gentle traction. Give you a little extra today. Hopefully it wasn't too much. Gently lower your arm and your chin. Chin to chest. Shake, nod, wiggle. And roll it up. Bring those big toes underneath those hip bones, standing nice and tall. Feel the effects of what you just did. Roll shoulders. Lengthen spine, pull quads away from knees. Close your eyes for just a breath or two. Allow what you did to synchronize with your body. Take a cleansing breath with me. Inhale. Let it out through an open mouth. It's a beautiful day. Let's finish with breathing together. Inhale up. Exhale, grow tall, leave taller than you came. Inhale. Exhale. One more, my friends. Gather in all that strength you created for yourself. Exhale, draw it close to your heart. Bow your head in gratitude for showing up for yourself today. Te quiero mucho gracias. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me in this moment of time. Have a beautiful day.